Hello, welcome to the podcast of Human Anatomy and Physiology, made easy with me, your host, Gabrielle. Our episode for today covers the topic of muscles and bodybuilding. Our guest, Ariane, is a gym trainer and will provide us with details about this topic. Hello, Ariane, how are you today? You seem well.
Hi, Gabrielle, I'm doing great. And you know what makes me smile? Facial muscles.
All right, can you tell us the types and functions of muscle tissue?
Yes, of course. There are three types of muscle tissues: smooth, skeletal, and the cardiac. The autonomic nervous system is responsible for the voluntary control of the cardiac and smooth muscles, and the somatic nervous system is responsible for the voluntary control of skeletal muscles. Functions of the muscle tissue are movement, such as digestion, walking and pumping blood, homeostasis, and by generating heat, and to maintain posture and body position. Fun fact, there are about 640 muscles in the human body, male bodies in particular. Skeletal muscles are the most abundant type of muscles, and muscles work together to allow us to do activities such as walking. They have the muscle synergy that makes them even more amazing.
Interesting. Because you are a gym trainer, our audience would like to listen to more detail about the skeletal muscles from you.
Sure, I would love to give them all the information about skeletal muscles.
Great. Can you tell us about the anatomy of skeletal muscles?
Yeah, skeletal muscles connect to the bone with the help of tendons. The layer which covers the muscles is called the epimysium, and the epimysium protects the muscles from abrasion. These muscles are composed of fasciculi, and a single one is called a fascicle, which houses many muscle fibers, also known as muscle cells. These cells are even more complex. Within the muscle fibers are myofibrils, and these can be dark or light bands which give muscles a striped appearance. On a more microscopic level, the myofibrils contain myofilaments, where the proteins actin and myosin can be found. These proteins play a major role in muscle contraction.
Oh, very interesting. Can you tell us about how muscle contractions occur?
Yeah, it consists of four phases. First, the motor neuron stimulates the muscle cell and causes local depolarization of the muscle cell. And in phase two, local depolarization causes more sodium to flow into the cell, which further triggers potassium channels. And as a result, potassium flows out of the cell and causes repolarization. In phase three, the action potential travels across the sarcolemma into the T-tubules, causing the change of polarity. This causes the SR to release calcium into the sarcolemma. The calcium then binds to troponin and the actin filament. Trypomyosin slides to reveal the myosin binding sites on the actin filaments. And in the last stage, cross-bridge formation occurs when the myosin head binds to the myosin binding sites of the actin filament and causes the muscle to contract.
Whoa, that sounds exhausting. I wish I could sit and do nothing. Maybe give our muscles a break for a long time. I could be given a trophy.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't do that if I were you. When we work our muscles, they become stronger and larger. But when muscles are not in use, they decrease in size and strength, which could result in muscle atrophy. You wouldn't be able to do very much physical activity if that happened.
Okay, maybe sitting around and doing nothing for a long time isn't the best idea. Although that does remind me of muscle fatigue. Could you describe that for us?
Sure, muscle fatigue occurs for a variety of reasons, such as exercising for long periods of time. Muscles have difficulty contracting when they become fatigued. Our muscles require energy in the form of ATP, and ATP is created from creatine phosphate, from glucose or glycogen, or pyruvic acid, fatty acids, or amino acids.
Can you explain the homeostatic process related to the muscles?
Yeah, muscles help in the regulation of our body temperature via the negative feedback loop. And when our body temperature falls below the average, the receptor sends information to the control center, known as the hypothalamus. Furthermore, the hypothalamus sends the response to the effectors, which are the skeletal muscles and blood vessels. And as a result, the muscles contract and help in adjusting the body temperature back to normal.
Interesting. Oh, we have a question from one of our listeners for you. They are asking you to define rigor mortis.
Oh, of course. It's defined as the stiffness of muscles that happens after death.
What are the causes behind this?
So there's an excess amount of calcium present in the cells causes cross bridge formation, and the dying cells cannot produce ATP molecules. Hence, the cross bridge formation becomes irreversible, and cross bridge detachment does not occur. Therefore, muscles become stiff and cannot relax after death.
Thank you for telling us about rigor mortis. I'm afraid this is all the time we have. This has been the Anatomy and Physiology podcast about skeletal muscles and its function. Thank you, Ariane, for coming in today.
Yes, thank you for having me, Gabrielle.
Next time, we will be talking about the nervous system. See you next week.